I heard gunshots coming from across the canyon.
When?
10 minutes ago.
Why didn't you wake me?
No reason to hurry. Gunshots might have a way of speeding some folks up, but they have a nasty habit of slowing other folks down. We'll find out what happens soon enough, either way.
Hello and welcome to the Loose Butthole Reviews. I am your host Smokey, and joining with me as always is my co-host Booge.
Hello.
And before we get into the movie review as proper, I'm going to give our 3 rules that we have. First rule is we got to give a 5 out of 5 rating. 1 being we hate it, 5 being we love it. Rule number 2 is if we want a Marnie back, we give it a good old Jeff Goldblum. And rule number 3 is if we both agreed that the movie deserves one, it will get a God tier, a 6 out of 5. And this week we are reviewing the movie The Old Way. And we can go ahead and give our ratings like always. Am I correct?
Yes, The Old Way.
Definitely a solid 3. It is like the hardest 3 that I've had to give so far, to be honest. What would your rating be?
1.5.
You almost hated this.
Yeah, it's just kind of nothing.
Yeah, I will state that's why I'm giving it a 3. I didn't hate it, I didn't dislike it, I didn't like it, I didn't love it. It was so I give it a 3. The only negative thing that I can say is the villain didn't stand a fucking chance. Even with him, Nicolas Cage, let's face it, that's why we watched this. It's a Nicolas Cage film. We had to. He's one of those actors that we have to watch all there. So,
Sure.
He wasn't trying. It was obvious that he wasn't trying. He wasn't even keeping the accent throughout he would literally phase back into his normal voice every so often, and he wouldn't care. Like, he'd just roll with it. It was very definitely obvious because he would make a slight little pause when he did it too. Like, oh shit. But he'd say fuck it.
I wonder if he knew that they weren't even going to actually credit him, because they only credit, as for the top 3, they put Clint Howard there, and he's only a goon.
Fucking, on the movie poster that they use him, they're using Nicolas Cage for the marketing. He's all
Nicolas
over
Cage, it's the girl, and then it's Clint Howard.
Oh, you're talking you're talking about the villain. Yeah, the villain has no credit.
The villain doesn't even, that's why he's not even getting credit in this. You might as well just have a fucking made Nicolas Cage kill Clint Howard's wife and kid or something, or some shit like that. And then have him come for revenge. Have him be the villain.
Yeah, they definitely should have just had that. And I kind of thought that's what it was going to turn out to be. The whole time Nicolas Cage was the villain.
Clint Howard would have done a better job.
I mean, what he did in this was great.
It was fine, yeah.
I gotta say, the comedic timing is a positive in this. If you want a Western with some good old little bit of, I wouldn't say dark, but more a little tiny edge that can leave a soft little nick on you. They had some jokes like that in here that you seem to have missed, some of them actually, unfortunately, but they did have some good kind of edge to the humor that I don't really see in Westerns too tough.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say, I can totally tell this is a Bond film.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Everything about it just screams. You don't need the Power Rangers.
That happen are super fucking awkward.
I don't need the Power Rangers, but you could totally just throw the Power Rangers in this, and it wouldn't have changed anything, to be honest. It would. Because the dialogue is so fucking weird in this. They definitely have the they definitely using the same old writers that they've been using. Because they've been writing the same fucking dialogue for years now. It's so campy and hokey, and they're trying to be philosophical with it, but they use the most layman terminology ever, so it just comes off as someone that doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, like really trying hard.
Yeah, like the villain. It's really the villain that brings down this. They really should have had Nick Cage be the villain.
Yeah.
What else you got to say about it?
Well, what else is there really to say? We got, oh, the wife. Remember the wife? She existed to die. To go, oh, he's gonna kill you.
I hate how they fucking just they shouldn't even have showed that. They literally should have just showed them walking to the fucking and then the store scene and then them back and them shit. Like they did not need to show the like we already knew we were gonna deal with villains and everything. It's the West.
Yeah.
Like you didn't even show anything. What you showed wasn't even scary. To be honest, she was more badass than the 4 men that was fucking chasing her down.
It was like every second too, like all the goons being like, "Oh, we pissed off the wrong guy." Like every second, like before anything was really happening too. It was kind of funny.
It's blatantly obvious that this is supposed to be that this is an amalgamation of a bunch of popular properties meshed into one. Let's face it.
Mm-hmm.
They saw the I'm calling them out now. They saw the fucking success of Red Dead Redemption. They saw the success of God of War. And they fucking saw the success of fucking John Wick for some reason and was like,
ooh, maybe a little Last of Us, maybe a little Mandalorian.
Yeah, tiny little bit of Last of Us as well. They also, yeah, you're right. They threw that in.
Like the tension between the daughter and the dad being like, I don't like you, until they bond over through the journey.
Yeah, and then they got that little sad moment. Oh,
like,
the
you're Psycho 2.
Hey, which I gotta point this fucking out. That goddamn speech, really fucking at the end was not necessary. I really wish.
Oh my God, the sheriff.
I really wish they would have cut that down and we would have saw her older. I really wish we'd have saw it. Like I'm curious now. I'm curious how she's gonna end up, cause you laid the seeds for it. You laid the fucking seeds. Like, oh, she's psychotic and she's done killed somebody. And her, of course, she was more sad about her dad dying than her actually killing someone, which I'm not sure if those. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to feel guilt, the same emotions about both of those. But
or she
anyway,
could have been faking those tears too to get sympathy from the sheriff.
True, but who knows? But yeah, I much rather have seen her future. What's she going to be? Is she going to, because Nick Cage was like, oh, you should listen to your mother and not me. It was like, oh, he hands her the locket.
Run the shop.
Yeah, is she gonna just like be like all nice and badass and run the shop, or is she gonna be psycho and go be an outlaw? Like what can there better not be a fucking sequel.
Psycho killer Norman Bates.
That would be fucking awful if there was a sequel. Oh, but this came out this year, so it's very evident that the movies of the future does not have. There's no hope. There's no hope for movies, man.
I don't think a lot of. I think this is definitely. I doubt.
Okay,
this definitely wasn't in the theaters. This is just one that was shut out.
Definitely
by
not. But
Savannah.
I'm gonna ask you right now. Name one movie that's come out recently that you would suggest for even coming close to a god tier?
Barbarian.
Yeah, I'll
is a
give you
little-
5
not
years. You
quite
can go
a-
back for the 5 years. You can go back 5 years. 2018 to now.
Oh, Lighthouse.
That can't be a god tier because we don't agree on it. I said remotely close to a god tier. Something we would
You
both
said what I thought.
would come remotely close to a god tier. You know
I
for
can't
a
help
fact.
if you're wrong. I can't help
You
if you're
know
wrong.
for a fact, and I am not
I'm sorry, I
wrong.
can't
Robert
help it. You
Pattinson
left-
is a shit
you left it-
actor.
You left
Robert
it open.
Pattinson
You left
is a
it
shit
open.
actor.
You
He is
left
a
it
shitty
open.
actor in that fucking movie.
He's good in that. It's fine. But
It-
what else we got? What else we got? Putting him on the spot here. Putting me on the spot here. I wouldn't say Barbarian's God tier. It's probably like more like a 4.5. I mean, there's still some good ones. I haven't seen Beau Afraid yet.
It's the point of the god tier is we're both going to agree. Like you should.
Yes.
We reviewed several movies for fucking.
Yes,
Now, but you should have
understand.
a
I just
little
couldn't-
taste.
I couldn't help it.
Yeah, I got you. I'm just saying, like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You took the shot. You took the shot at the wrong moment.
It was the right moment. 'Cause you're...
Hey, maybe, but I would say not. But yeah, that proves my fucking point. Like there is not I cannot think of a single movie that we would both agree on that's like, oh shit, like fucking people have to fucking, like, you don't have to watch it, but you should watch this. Like there's not a single movie that I have fallen in love with in a while.
Mhm. Sure.
But oh, I gotta say, the kid actor wasn't the worst actor. Oh, you gotta give it props for that.
Yeah, I guess.
kid-
They were great.
She
though.
wasn't. She wasn't the fucking worst act. Like the villain was definitely the worst actor of all.
Oh yeah.
He was. It's like he knew Nick Cage was his foil, and he was trying to be crazier than Nick Cage, but it didn't help him that Nick Cage wasn't being crazy as well.
Yeah.
He was being somber, which is, I gotta say, a lot scarier, to be honest. Like, you think Nick Cage being all loud and bombastic would be like, oh, he's unpredictable. It's like, no, when he's fucking walking all menacing and not really talking and just looking at you, you're like, God damn it, what the fuck is he gonna do? He doesn't even have to try. Oh,
It's true.
but fucking gotta keep going. Who was your favorite? Who was your favorite actor besides Nicolas Cage? He's disqualified because, of course, he's everybody's favorite in this. Besides Nicolas Cage,
Guess Clint Howard.
Clint Howard, really?
Yeah. I don't really care about anybody else.
I gotta say it's
Yeah,
hard.
I was
I want to
just
say it
gonna
was. I want to say the little girl. I mean, she was able to not match Nicolas Cage energy, but she was definitely able to at least play off of it to her strengths, instead of just trying to pretend that she's able to one up his craziness. To be honest, she did good trying to mimic him. I feel that that's what the direction she was given, like mimic him as much as possible, and so she was doing that. Even though they kind of dropped this, they made her OCD, and then that kind of just disappeared. Like,
Yeah.
They
I
did
guess
the
I was
one.
like maybe they're like just trying to like say that she was like neurally atypical, just like in general, like maybe like OCD and like maybe some type of like being on a spectrum thing of like not being able to cry. I think that was maybe just like
Maybe,
that's what they're trying to do.
but the cleanly the clean
And
the
she
being,
also had a photographic memory.
yeah, that's a I don't
She like
understand what they
she
were
said
going with her
from that one
character.
dude who tried to steal the jelly bean. She perfectly said exactly everything he said from that one time.
Yeah, yep.
That's why I don't want to say like, oh yeah, these are like symptoms of autism. Not, this is Hollywood super autism. Is
Yeah,
what we're talking about
that
here.
it wasn't even like super autism. It was them trying to make her different. They weren't
Yeah,
even trying to
I
make her
guess
like special. Like they weren't even trying to put her
they're
on a
just giving her random
like
quirks, I
random
guess.
quirk. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They just giving her random ass quirks and abilities and shit.
It's hard for me to tell if it's just clumsy, like the what you call it, uh, like coded, spectrum coded shit, like
Yeah,
Hollywood does sometimes. Because
clumsy
they're just like,
representation.
yeah.
Yeah, which Saban wouldn't play that route. Saban, they work with kids. They deeply work around kids and stuff like that. They know that's what I got to point out. This is a Saban film. It's weird, but this is still targeted towards kids, and I can tell. Even though they're cussing and everything, they're still playing it safe in a way. Because the only times they only cuss really is they're mumbling it under their breaths, or it's the shit rant, which shits out of all the swear words that you could be saying, shit is the least offensive.
Yeah, NBC doesn't even consider it a cuss word anymore. They don't bleep it out.
Yeah, so I mean, that it's weird. It's weird that I think that's the problem.
Is this
with
PG-13?
It might be. I wouldn't be surprised, but again, that would go with my argument that they're still trying to. Saban is desperate at fucking hitting the child market again, like they did back in the 90s. They've always have been like they've been like watering at the mouth for that market, and all their projects are soiled with it, and that's the problem with this. You should have went with the Western. You're fucking making a Western with Nicolas Cage. You should have went for the Western crowd, but you went with the broad majority. You're trying to have everybody
I
be
saw
able
some
to.
old school homages to like old school like cowboy movies, but it just wasn't done quite as well. It was just kind of like nothing, and you could watch. There's just like better southern, like better like
There's much better
this type.
westerns than this. There are
Yeah,
much better
yeah,
westerns.
thank you. Westerns, way better westerns. I'd rather just watch like the original True Grit, honestly.
Again, I like when I said I could rewatch this. That it doesn't mean that I'm going to actively rewatch it. But if I'm ever with somebody that's like, oh, I'm gonna watch the old way, I'll be like, okay, let's do this then. All right. I mean, I'm not sure how you're really gonna you feel about this one, but hey, it's it's gonna be fun to see Nick Cage and see a little girl try to be Nick Cage. To be honest, that's why I can't dislike this film. It is just watching Nicolas Cage be Kratos to a fucking little girl. and it's just something about that. It's
I gave it
not,
a point. I gave it a 0.5 just for Clint Howard, and even though I love Nicolas Cage, I have a rule that I don't give any movies points for just having him because Left Behind exists. Solely for that.
Left Behind. I don't believe I've ever seen that actually.
It's his absolute worst movie. And he doesn't like save it at all either. He's just
It's not the one where he covers himself in paint, is it?
no. It's
Okay.
the one where he's a pilot and the rapture happens and he's like, oh, I got left behind because I cheated on my wife, and he's just like stone faced, like sleeping all the way through it, and it's like actually just excruciatingly boring
that-
anytime he's on.
Like that, like that Growing Pains dudes movies.
It's yeah, it's almost it's like that, or it's like a knockoff of that. It's like somehow even a cheaper, horrible, like worse version of that.
I can't remember what the fucking they made 3 of those. You know, they fucking made 3 of those. I can't remember the name of those movies, but holy shit. Yeah, I've never seen Left Behind.
Mhm. Yeah, and that's for that solely is the reason like can't give him that rule because that movie exists. I can't give him.
I'm gonna state this now. I'm not giving.
That's a Jeff Goldblum.
None of my points are. This my 3 is not. There's not like a point.
Oh yeah.
There's no points given. There's no point. I'm giving it a 3 because it's. I can't give it a Jeff Goldblum. I went into the movie theater expecting it because let's face it, Nicolas Cage, he hasn't been doing anything great here for like the past few years. It's kind of like his thing to be. That's why he's gonna be in the fucking Dead by Daylight or whatever, that the video game. He's gonna be in the game as himself. So, I mean, he's very self-aware of what he's doing. So I definitely I went in this. I knew I was wasting the ticket money if I was going in buying a ticket. I knew I was wasting the money. I can't be like, oh, I want my money back. Fucking stomp out the fucking theater. No. No, it's just not.
I'm not
it's
gonna
not
stomp
gonna
out
happen.
the theater. I would have still sat in the theater.
Yeah, so I can't give it a Jeff Goldblum.
Might be hitting the bathroom.
And I can't say I hate it, and I can't say I dislike it, because it's not a film that I have any feelings towards. So that's my when I give a 3, that is my that was a movie. That's what that rating means basically for me.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we've actually done it. We gone on. But yeah, if you've been listening this long, thank you so much. Please like, comment, and share the video. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Do you have a sign-off, Spooge?
Nah.
If you got any suggestions of any movies that we could watch on Hulu or Max, put them down in the comment section below. Kinda need them because I'm literally just going on to the movie selection and I'm not even like scrolling or anything, just selecting a movie and going, yep, we're watching that now. That's what it's evolved down to. So yeah, if y'all could, one of the fucking, I'm gonna call y'all out, one of the fucking 40 so subscribers that might see this, who knows, I'm not subscribers, fucking viewers, my bad, y'all aren't probably fucking subscribed. But yeah, any of you fucking viewers that see this, please leave a suggestion. Hulu or Max. Thank you.
Yeah, Hulu or Max.
And this will be a bye-bye.
Brr.
I will blow this little girl's brains all over this valley. Do you hear me? I said I will blow her brains all over this valley. I'll pull the trigger right now. Ah!
Cries pretty good. I'm gonna try to do it like him next time.